Welcome everybody to Catfish Weekly, presented by B&M Poles, along with the Dr. Tim Lang. I'm Lyle Stokes. Cindy is here to spin the rear back prize wheel. Doc, we got a bunch of stuff to talk about tonight. It's going to be a fun show for us.
Yes, it is. It's a soggy show too.
Well, it is. And you know, I talked to you this morning. I called you early, and then you called me back, and at that time we had 2 inches of rain this morning, and we got 3 or 4 more hours of rain, and it kind of slacked off, but we got more coming tonight. And I know that it's pouring down at your house now. Is there ever going to be an end to this crap?
I don't know.
It's not looking good.
Might have to go to the Kentucky and borrow that ark that's sitting down there.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. It might be.
It's been raining here a half an hour, and I just looked at the rain gauge, and I got a half an inch.
Wow.
So it's laying it down. I'm hoping that the power stays up, because normally it's pretty daylight right now. Right now it's dark outside. I've got to have my auxiliary lighting.
Wow.
Here, that's how dark it is outside. It's dark.
Oh man, Eric Deary, you are correct. Rain, go away. We're sick of it. I think I told you, Doc. I may not have, but my son lives way out in the boonies. They got some cows and stuff out there, and I told him, I said, man, I better not hear nobody say we need rain this year, because I'm probably just going to punch them. I mean, holy crap. Everything is flooded. All the lakes and rivers are still out of bank, and it's still raining. I mean, Sean Abney says it's bad in Kentucky. Man, we're living that life. So I don't know. There's not really anything we can do about it besides bitch about it, but I guess we can do that. And I've been doing my part.
I'll deal with it.
It is.
I'm not complaining. It can
always be worse. It could be a foot of snow. So it's not terribly bad, but if it didn't rain quite so much, I would like to see it slack off a little bit and then trickle us in a little bit throughout the summer, and I think that'd be much better. But I don't get to make that decision, so I guess we'll take it. Brad Beck says, hello all, raining like crazy in central Indiana, so it's still coming your way, Doc.
Oh, yeah. I think it's going to rain here for the next 2 days.
No, other than tomorrow morning, I think it's supposed to rain here all week. So you must not be getting the full brunt of it.
No, because I think Friday and Saturday it's supposed to be decent, with more rain coming in on Saturday night. But that's always subject to change. Here in Ohio, it can, in 5 minutes, it can be snowing.
Must be like Missouri. If you don't like it, just wait a few minutes. It's not going to be the same very long.
Right. Correct.
Hey, want to wish everybody happy Father's Day. Yesterday is Father's Day. I had a wonderful day, and everybody that is a father, happy Father's Day. And for you that are not, just hang out. It'll probably happen at some point.
Yeah, that is correct. The farmers, I know for one thing, normally the old saying is knee high by the 4th of July. That ain't going to happen here this year.
Oh, I'll tell you, we got that big field behind our house, and they bale it for hay every year. And usually it's 4th of July weekend or so. And last week, one day, they cut it. The rain was coming. They raked it that day. They went in the next morning after the dew was off of it. They raked it again and run it through one of them conditioners where it kind of squishes all the moisture out of it. And they baled it that night. And about 30 minutes after they got done in the dark, it was raining.
Yeah.
So they got that baled up. Of course, it's in big round bales instead of the small ones. If it's in the small ones, they'd have been in trouble. But these big round ones, they put some kind of a wrap on them, and it kind of gets rid of most of the rain runs off of them. So, but there's more hay in that field this year than I've ever seen before.
Yeah.
Ernie, you're right.
That's right.
My yard grows pretty quick, that's for sure.
Well, 3 to 4 days, 5 if you're lucky. You don't have to mow. Ernie Brown says, thanks, Lyle. You and Doc, don't forget the moms that have to be dads too. That is correct. There's a lot more of that goes on. There shouldn't be near as much of it, but those ladies step up and do what they have to do, and we're proud of them for that.
And guys that step up and has to be mom too.
There's too much of that too. But it is what it is. Mike Greenwell, hello.
Hey, there's new prizes on the rig wrap prize wheel.
There is.
I'll tell everybody about that.
We have Chubby Cat Outdoors, and Dale's Tackle has now joined the Rig Wrap prize wheel, and we have more coming that will be on there. And you know what, Doc? We fixed the Rig Wrap prize. Oh, I won't say we fixed it. We amended it a little bit this week.
Made it
Had a little
bit
time
better.
today. Yeah, we made the little doodad that sticks down on there, the flapper. We made it a little bit longer, made it a little bit stiffer, so Cindy won't be able to give it a heave ho when it spins for 30 minutes at a time. And when it stops on something, it's not going to fall back and get on a different one. It's going to be stuck right where it's supposed to be. So it ought to work out pretty good. We're going to try that out here in just a few minutes for everybody.
Yeah, it won't be long.
Nope.
About 13. And let's see where are we at here. 8:07. Well, I've got 7:07 your time. 8:07 my time.
Yeah, people don't realize that you're in Ohio and I'm in Southwest Missouri, and I've made that trip, and you've made the trip over here. It's a pretty long jaunt.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Size Matters Catfishing. If you would resend that to me, I would appreciate that. I remember talking to you about that, but I need to be refreshed. I've slept a couple times since the other day when we talked. 8 minutes till the first spin. Thank you, Glenn. Hey, by the way, folks, that is Mr. Rig Wrap himself. So y'all need to get on him. He's been doing a bang-up job for a lot of people, doing a lot of good things for our sport, and we appreciate everything he does. Doc, I got to tell you, and I did tell you before the show, but I want to share this with everybody. Something that we've tried to do in the past, and it hasn't really worked out. And next week is our 5th anniversary of Catfish Weekly, and we're really excited about that. And one of the things that we thought about doing in the past was having a reunion with all the guys that had been on the show. And I contacted Chris today and Chuck because I'm pretty sure Paul would do it. I just have to get a hold of Paul. I know most that he will, unless he's busy. And Chuck has agreed to come back on Catfish Weekly for a few minutes with us next Monday night as our 5th anniversary show. And I think Chris is going to. I visited with him a little bit today, and he's thinking about it. If any of you know Chris, send him a message and tell him that you think that he ought to do that, because I think it'd be a lot of fun having Chris and Paul and Chuck all back on the show with Doc and I and Cindy.
Who was the first interview?
I was.
You was.
Catfish Weekly started out with Paul doing a radio show on YouTube, and we got done with the interview, and I said, if you can figure out how to do that and do it live and have video, it would be outstanding. And the next week, Paul and I and Brian Lanham done the first Catfish Weekly that was live, and then Chris and Chuck, if I remember correctly, then Chris and Chuck come in on the next week. And we had a lot of issues in the beginning. None of us knew what the hell we was doing. We wanted to do it. We thought it'd work. I had a huge vision of where it should go. We haven't reached that plateau yet, but we're still working on it. But it really, really is amazing 5 years for what we've done and the support that we've had from all the viewers, and we appreciate it so much. And Doc, I'm really, really happy about that. Ryan, I'm not sure if we're going at it. It's going to depend on the water situation. We will be talking with Alex Nagy probably Wednesday night live, and we'll let everybody know what goes on with his tournament this weekend. Next weekend. But yeah, 5 years, that's a long time. And
and I've been on it almost 3.
Yep. And in 5 years, if I remember correctly, we have over 400 videos, but 279 of them are Monday nights. We used to do them on Sunday nights, and that was a problem with some of the people. So we started doing them on Monday nights, and that really helped us with viewership. But the rest of them are remotes and different things that we've done over the years and tried, and some of them worked out really good and some of them didn't. But I think it was 405 or 406, something like that total. And we've had a lot of fun doing it, and I hope we get another 400 out of it before we have to stop.
Yeah.
But as long as we get guys enjoying the show and joining us all the time, then I think we'll keep doing it. We're a little bit early, Doc, but what do you say we give the old rig wrap prize wheel a spin?
We can do that.
Well, you know what I'm looking for.
5.
One, 2, 3, 4, 5. And the winner is Jackie Groves. Got a bunch of new people on the wheel or in the drawing tonight, Doc.
Yeah.
You didn't break it, did you? You did. You broke my dinkus, my brand new dinkus.
Well, it's still there.
Structure snakes. You did broke it. Jackie, if you'll contact Rusty Jackson with Structure Snakes and tell him that you was a winner on Catfish Weekly on the Rig Wrap Prize Wheel game, he will ship you out some of his great structure snakes as a prize. Thank you so much for watching Catfish Weekly and be a part of our show. And Rusty makes a great product with those structure snakes, Doc. We use them babies all the time. I know you use them. Get hung up very little, and they'll keep your bait on the bottom right where it needs to be when you're dragging on the lake. So thanks, Rusty. And thank you for playing the Rig Wrap Prize Wheel game. I can't believe first time I played with that all afternoon and didn't break it, and the first time you spun it, it broke.
I got more strength in my arms apparently than you do.
You quit working out then if that's the case. What a crock. Wow. For all you guys watching the show, we'd appreciate it if you go down below the video portion of the show and hit that share button and like it. It would be awesome. Thank you guys so much. Almost 50 already.
Thumbs up.
Yeah.
Thumbs up. Hey, that's really cool. That's way cool. Doc, I believe that you told me earlier you had a tournament you wanted to tell everybody about.
Yeah, this weekend on Rocky Fork Lake in Hillsboro, Ohio, there's a fishing benefit for Danny Caudell and him and his wife. And it's June 22nd. It goes from 7 p.m. to 2 a.m. It's $25 per person. Anybody has any questions, call or text 740-600-8017. So they're having, like anybody, anytime you get sick, medical bills start piling up, and it's just tough to keep up with them. So they need some help. So anybody can, go fish a tournament, jump right in there and help them out. So I'll be going down there and looking to have a good time. I'm going to hit some spots I've never tried to fish before just to see if I can pull some fish off of them.
Awesome.
So
Awesome. Sounds like a great time.
Yeah, it's this weekend. Be out of North Shore Ramp.
Way cool. Way cool. Roger DeMint says, do you need a partner?
Who's talking?
I assume Doc.
Yeah, because I'm going to fish solo. Yes, I do, Roger.
Russell Michaels, Jim Butts, Ernie Brown, Carl Wells, Eric Deary, Pond River Fishing, USA Catfishing, Corey Blankenship, Ryan Carver, Adam Isaac, Maurice Carson, Stephen Hare, Glenn's Outdoor Adventures, Mike Irvin, Jerry Daughtry, Catfish Bill 66, my old buddy, Sonny Parker, Bill Arnold, Tricia Muller. Man, we got a bunch in here tonight. Jimmy LaRoe. Hope I got that right this time. If it is, it'd be the first time ever getting it right the first time. James Dockery. I assume your wife is sitting right there beside you watching with you. A lot of folks in tonight, Doc. We're having a really good time. We was talking about our Cliff Miller. Looky there. Brandon Renfro. We was talking about our 5th year anniversary show. We are going to have a bunch of free stuff next week, Doc. We're going to give away in chat. And before we get into that, Size Matters Catfishing with a Z and Pipeline Tackle would like to give away a free reel cleaning and drag upgrade. I suppose that you are all ready to go with that.
Well, I got it loaded. Let me grab everybody that's in the chat here.
Dale's Tackle, we got your new sticker up on the prize wheel. Looks awesome. It's an amazing job on that. There's Lena.
Okay, got it ready.
All right. And who is the winner of the upgraded drag and reel cleaning from Pipeline Tackle and Size Matters Catfishing?
And the winner is Russell Michaels.
Russell Michaels. Russell, you will enjoy that. If you'll contact Size Matters Catfishing, SIZEMATTERZ Catfishing, and tell them you was the winner of their free reel cleaning and drag upgrade for Pipeline Tackle and Size Matters, he will hook you up with the information so you can get everything straightened away. And if there's any questions about that, Russell, you can send me a message with the information and I will pass it along for you. Thanks so much for watching tonight. Hey, good thing you did.
Well, he's in chat, so he'll know who won it.
Absolutely. I'll fix you. Well, Doc, I'm going to go over some of the stuff that we're going to be giving away next week.
Okay.
We have a bunch of products from Offshore Tackle. We have hats and lanyards and all kinds of cool stuff. We have some more stuff from King Kraken.
David Funk.
Huh?
David Funk.
David Funk sent us some more stuff. He actually sent it all together, and we divided up between the 2 giveaway shows, so that's going to be really cool. I got a box full of stuff for Angry Cat Outdoors, and while we're talking about Angry Cat Outdoors, I want to let you in on a little secret, Doc. They give me this box of stuff up at the Fishing for Freedom tournament, and it was in our truck when we done our big giveaway show, and we were supposed to kind of split it up between the 2 shows. We didn't get everything unloaded out of the truck, and it was left in there. And I apologize for that, but that's just kind of the way things happened that day. We just got too many things going on. I didn't get it unloaded, so all of it will be given away next Monday night. And we got quite a bit of stuff from them, so it's going to be really fun. And I apologize for not getting that out of there, but I was kind of tired. We got a bunch of stuff from Rig Wrap we're going to give away again. Here's something that everybody will like. We have a $50 gift certificate that we're going to give away from Hooker's Terminal Tackle. That's a pretty good one, Doc.
Yep.
We got some stuff from B&M Poles. We have some prizes from Precision Water and Power Sports, my favorite and most wonderful boat dealer in the whole wide world of Missouri. We have some stuff, package from TackleBandit.com. We also have a prize package from Dale's Tackle. Dale, give me a list of his stuff. Let me see if I can find it here. And I'll just down.
And I'm sure we're going to have some of those guaranteed to sink weights.
There will be sinkers in there. Yes, sir, there will be. He sent me a list of this stuff. If I can get it back up here.
If I won Father's Day, can I win again next week if I'm lucky enough?
If you're in chat, you can.
Yeah.
The Rig Wrap prize wheel is the only thing we have restrictions on. You can only win that once every 30 days. Well, I guess I can't find that, Dale. But anyhow, it's a great package. It's the same package you give away. There he is. On our
he's got to make
show. Well, that ain't it. Oh, here, I'm on the wrong one. Sinker slides, sinker stopper beads, 2 and 3-way swivels, ball chain swivels, mixed color line rattles, Larry Muse suspension rigs, and Dale's tackles, pre-tied leaders. Great package from Dale. That'll be awesome. Somebody will be very fortunate to win that. Or I would think so.
Yeah, offshore tackle on it.
That was the first one on the list.
I didn't see them.
River Rat Reel Repairs. I got a hold of Jarrett today, was visiting with him a little bit, Doc. Jarrett does some amazing work on fishing reels. And we was talking about this giveaway, and I thought it'd be pretty cool if he would give away 2 reel cleanings to some lucky person. And Jarrett was so good, he said, let's just do 2 of those, and they can both send in 2 reels and get them cleaned up.
Okay.
Heck of a deal. A couple of people are going to be very fortunate with that.
I think I've still got a coupon from him that I won at Winter Blues on Wheeler for
Probably so, man. I know you've got some Abus, and he does excellent work on them. He does some trick stuff too. If you want them be real smooth and slick when the line going in and out, he knows how to do all that stuff. Whisker Sticks LED lights. I talked to Lena today, Doc. Tim's still not. For you guys that are not aware, Tim was attacked by a dog here a few weeks ago, and hey, there's River Rat Catfishing. How are you doing tonight? Tim's still not getting around very good. You guys need to keep him in your thoughts and prayers. His leg's still pretty messed up over that dog attack. And I visited with him for just a minute or two. I didn't really want to bother him with stuff, but I did talk to Lena, and Lena has been good enough to give away one of their catchets and a rod holder for next week's show. So that's going to be something pretty nice.
Yep.
PD says, Lyle, if you want to put me down to give away a 4-pack
lightning
bugs next Monday too. Thank you.
I remember the first time I read that thing. What is that? LYNBUGGS. I don't know what that is. And then that was funny.
I'm going to write it down right now so I don't forget. Hell, I done went past it in chat. I got to go back. 4-pack. All right. Thank you, PD. We appreciate it so much.
Someone's having a tournament.
Central Missouri Catfishing is having a tournament this weekend at Lake of the Ozarks at Drake Harbor. You need to attend. I seen where they opened up Bagwell Dam.
Bagnell? Yep. They're rocking it too, man. Yeah, it's crazy how much water's in Lake Ozark Truman right now. I don't know how that'll work out. If they don't open up some more boat ramps, that ramp will be very, very crowded for that tournament. But
yeah,
I understand the fish are biting up there. We haven't had a chance to get out, but I understand that they're catching quite a few fish up there.
Yeah.
Let's see. Where was I?
I can't even see. It's raining so hard here. I can't even see my barn.
This morning you could see the street. You couldn't hardly see the lady across the street's house from us. Yeah.
Mid Carolina Catfishing Club is having a tournament at Santee this weekend also.
Wow. They must not be having a water out there that we're having, Doc. It's a struggle.
Mississippi River is falling good.
Oh, cool.
But that's in his area.
Yeah, that's up way up north. Rusty Jackson's going to give away some structure snakes next week, Doc. That's always a great prize. And we'll have some more.
Roger, are you going Wednesday and Friday to Rocky Fork?
I'm not.
Well, he just posted here. I'll be going Wednesday and Friday, and if Doc is willing to teach this old dog a few tricks, I'll be out on Saturday too. I'm more than willing to fit. You might end up teaching me something. Who knows? Oh, he's going to the Ohio River. No way. Not on the Ohio River. I'm not. It's going to be 40 foot on Thursday.
Justin's fishing fetish. Giving away next week, you're going to give away a 4-pack.
Pack of drifting weights.
Thank you so much, Justin.
So everybody needs to be in chat next week.
That's correct. In case you guys don't understand how this works, thank you so much, Justin. We will be doing all this for viewers that's in chat. That way, and we'll still be spinning the Rig Wrap prize wheel.
Yeah, Catfish Bill 66 says, I'll give away a 4-pack of Demon Dragons.
Oh, Bill, thank you so much.
What's chat? What you're in
What's
right
chat?
now?
Kaylee, that's what you're in right now.
Be another long show, Doc.
Hello, Jeff Manning. Thanks for joining us.
Rig wraps, easy sinker slides, and a pair of Ceramax scissors. I have to tell you, Glenn, I have that stuff laid out already. But thank you. And I had a request for a guy that won on the show last week, Glenn, just to let you know, that wanted to know if his prize could be easy sinker slides. He hadn't tried them. Every time he goes to Walmart, they're sold out. And he wanted to know if there was any way that his prize could be easy sinker slides. And I said, well, of course it can be. Okay, Russell, that'd be great. I'd like to see your picture. Sounds to me like somebody's on some fish. You might, hey, Doc.
Yeah.
What do you say we spin the old Rig Wrap prize wheel again?
All right.
Cindy, pick me out a number between 1 and 5.
2.
1. 2. Sean Abney. Sean is a longtime viewer of Catfish Weekly. Watches about every week. Him and his wife. Yes, you did. I'm so upset.
You must Hooker's Terminal Tackle.
Unbelievable. Hooker's Terminal Tackle. Sean, if you will contact the good folks at Hooker's Terminal Tackle, and I'm glad you get a kick out of it. Tell James Arwood that you want some hooks. Which ones are they? Mad Catters?
Yes, Mad Catter hooks.
That you want some Mad Catters hooks off of the Rig Wrap prize wheel game. James will hook you up. He's a great sponsor to our show, does a lot of wonderful things for a lot of people besides Catfish Weekly, and we all appreciate everything that he does. And Sean, thank you and your wife for watching Catfish Weekly. I know that you watch just about every week, and we're so thankful to have loyal viewers like you watching our show. I forgot where we was at.
Catfish Weekly law. Catfish Weekly.
She broke my dinkus. Right. I mean, I probably spent 10, 15 minutes working on that today, Doc.
Well, evidently you didn't do a good enough job.
No, you didn't.
Well, I'll tell you how that worked. I traced out the one that was on it, which when you trace out with a felt marker, it gets a little bigger than what it was.
Yeah.
And it's mashed in between 2 washers, and it's got a wing nut, and the bolt goes through the center.
You must tighten it too tight.
Well, what you got to do is you got to get a deck of playing cards. Remember how we used to do it when we were kids?
Yeah.
You know, use the little clip on there and put it on the stroke. It lasts forever.
Anyhow, I get this thing all done, and it wouldn't spin hardly at all. And I kept trimming off the bottom of it, and I'd spin it and trim it off. And I'll bet I spun that thing 50 times, and I never had one issue. And she knocks it out the first lick. But it'll be back, going strong. Good as good next week.
You'll get it.
Hey, I agree with Adam Isaac. Sounds like cinnamon rolls would ease the pain.
Too bad.
Do we need to sign up every week or one time? No, you need to sign up every week for the Rig Wrap wheel, but all you have to do is just show up in chat at some point, and you're locked in.
Yes, once you're a subscriber, you don't even have to make a post in chat. We know you're in there whether you make a post or not. But every week for the Rig Wrap prize wheel. You know, I just see Glenn's post there, Doc. I know you see it running through chat too. And Glenn's talking about Rig Wrap The Walmart only stocks 3 to 5 per peg on their aisle of them rig wrap easy sinker slides. So it's no wonder they're always sold out. I'm guessing the first or second guy that comes through there and sees them probably buys them all.
Yeah, grabs them.
Yeah. Afraid that you don't know when they're going to be back in.
Well, what they need to do is just go to the website, rig wrap, and get them right there. You can get those 50, 100 packs.
Yeah, how many?
That's what I always
in
I
there?
order
In
them
the
right from
48
there.
in the big pack, the bulk
Yeah.
pack. Next Sunday is Sandy Wells's birthday. She ain't in here, and if
She's watching The Bachelor.
the Bachelor, she will be 59 years old. Well, congratulations, Sandy. That's a what do you call that, Doc? Without saying something to make a woman mad.
Nothing at all. Say
That's
I'm
what
not
I
going
say nothing
there.
at
I'm
all.
staying out of this one.
Yeah.
Happy birthday.
Well, congratulations and happy birthday, Sandy. 59. That's a
You know,
milestone.
let it go at that.
Yeah.
That's right. Because that's what I'm going to be. So
It's
you better watch your words.
It's probably a little bit behind you and I, though. Yeah, you can get in trouble with that real easy.
Mm-hmm.
It's on here. Says that James buys buys everything. Team.
Everything he sees.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what, Katie? Glenn appreciates that.
Yes,
He really does.
I turned a big 30 Saturday. Oh, great.
Oh, man, just a baby
Be
dog.
that young again.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, that's right, Eric. You are 100% correct. James Fox, go Reds.
Hey, Bink.
Bink, I guess you've noticed that I haven't been just overly hard on anybody this year. I don't have just a whole lot to brag about, although my Cardinals have won 3 or out of the 4 from the
They
Mets.
took 3 the other day.
Yeah, they got 3 out of 4 from the Mets, but I haven't been on any of you guys about teams this year because even though they swept the Cubs, they got swept by the Cubs, and they still got to come back to St. Louis. But it's been a roller coaster year, so I have to be really, really careful what I say. If we hit 100 likes, PD Fishing says he will do a 4-pack of drift weights next Monday also. Thank you, PD. That'd be awesome. That should be doable. We're only about 29 away.
Keith Smart says he'll turn 61 Thursday.
61 Thursday.
Our daughter will be 24 next Monday.
No, her birthday's she'll be 40.
I don't think she's going to take it very well.
Yes, we do need the Reds right now. They're playing the Brewers twice in the next couple of weeks. Yeah, that'd be great. Brewers have been playing some really good ball. Oh, man. Have you been fishing, Doc?
No, sir. Last week I was dog sitting, and I didn't want to take Rachel's dog out on the boat with me because, frankly, he's never been on a boat, and I didn't want him freaking out.
Right.
And then it's rained every day this week, you know, because, I went to church yesterday, and then we had Father's Day, and so I didn't get to do that. You know, I didn't get to go fishing then. I was going to go today, and it kept calling for rain, and it kept getting nasty. And as soon as I see a bolt of lightning, I'm back in the house. So.
Well, you know, and thunderstorms are happening all the time here lately.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I don't mind fishing in the rain, but I'm like you. If I'm out there and the lightning comes, there's not really much you can do about it. But if you know it's coming or if it's already doing it, there's no sense of asking for problems. So there's a cave that when the water's up, there's a cave on Truman Lake that I was fishing one day, and I backed the boat in that cave during a big rain and thunderstorm. I know it wouldn't have protected me from the thunder and lightning, but it sure kept me a lot drier. But I got to tell you, there's some creepy crawlers inside them caves on the water. that's not a lot better than that thunder and lightning. Wow, man, it was nasty in there. But I had a 18-foot boat, and all the front of it didn't make it in, but the rest of me and it. I sat in there for probably an hour and a half while it was on there. It was going. Oh, look, look what Glenn just said.
Where?
If we hit 100 thumbs up by 8:45, 7:45 my time, which is about 7 minutes, we will give away a pair of Ceramax Super Cutters.
Ooh, awesome.
Woohoo! That's awesome.
All right, so the water is pretty high right now. Actually, in the lakes, in the river, pretty unfishable on the river right now. So let's talk about that, Lyle. How do people target the fishing? Myself on the river, I love fishing high water.
Me too.
I like getting near the banks because the water starts going the wrong way when you get near the banks, and the fish have a tendency of settling in under those rocks, especially if you got a ledge real close nearby. And what about lakes? I'm still new on the lakes, but I'm getting better.
Well, on the lakes, what I like to target if I'm fishing lakes is an inlet where a creek is draining in. If I can find one of those places where the muddy water out of a creek draining into the lake meets the not so stained water, there become a line right there. And for some reason I think that's where the stuff that comes out of the creek just drops down right there.
Down into them, yeah.
And the fish feed right on that line. And I'm always looking for them. In our area, though, on Lake of the Ozarks, like Truman, there's a lot of creeks like that. On Lake of the Ozark, not so many, and they're all on the far end for me. But yeah, I love that mud line. It's a great place to go. And cut banks. And guys say that you only fish cut banks for flatheads. That's not true. Cut banks work good for channel cats and blues also. And that's a great place, especially above those banks where you normally see, you can normally see what's above where the water level's at. That's a new area. So they're up there, especially now if it's an area that has a lot of fishing worms and stuff around fields and things. They're up in there feeding on them out of them fields for worms and different things that they're not ever. A cut bank is a bank goes straight up and down, usually has a mud side to it.
What is a cut bank?
I just told you.
Oh, okay.
I like them high red clay banks.
Yes, sir.
Because generally there's deep water right there on them. And that's something on the river. I don't know if I guess fishing Wheeler Lake and fishing Wilson Lake, I guess it does. If you see those high cliffs and stuff like that, generally, I remember fishing with Joey Kirby and Stacy Gaston, and we had high cliffs and 40 foot of water right off of the side of that thing. So,
James Dockery, I am using the same bait when I fish high water and muddy water. Absolutely. In Lake of the Ozarks, it's shad, and on the rivers, it's shad and skipjack.
yeah, would you fish a rock wall in a river? Yes, I would.
Absolutely. And I'll tell you something.
Especially if it's in a turn.
I'm looking for riprap and rock banks where the gravel or something goes out into the main part of the river.
Yeah.
And drop offs. It's got rock on them. Man, they're always good. Always good.
You use the same bait when it's.
I just answered that.
With it high muddy? See.
Sometimes, and a lot of time on high water, especially I've got a lake that's it's about an hour away from my house right here. CJ Brown is right here by my house. It's not more than 10 minutes away. Rocky Fork, which is my favorite, is an hour away. And I like fishing that lake just for the fact that there's big channels cats. There's big channels, there's flatheads, there's blues in there. I have not caught a blue yet, but I know they're in there. I've seen people catch the blues that are in there.
That'd be awesome. And
I've seen some real nice flatheads come out of that lake. But one of the things that happens When the water gets high and it gets up into the trees and stuff, what happens is the night crawlers start coming up because they can't breathe, and that's when those fish head for the banks. I don't know if they smell them or whatever it is. Maybe it's just their movement. But a great place to fish is right along the, most of the bank fishermen throw out, and us guys in the boats, we throw towards the bank.
Right.
It doesn't make any sense. I know it doesn't. That's
the way it works.
Sometimes that's the way it works.
It is. If you guys get them, got about 4 minutes. Glenn says if it makes 100, he will throw in a 6-pack of easy sinker slides also.
And we're at 96 right now. David Funk, yeah, I'm already a Hoover fan. They just won't let me have my boat on that lake. They just keep kicking me off.
3 more, folks. Get them in there.
Before I go any farther with this, I was just kind of waiting to see if it got up to 3. And we have 3 minutes.
2 more.
Yeah.
2 more.
Almost there, guys.
Appreciate the thumbs up, guys.
Absolutely. 1 more. 1 more.
99. We're looking for 100. There's 102 right there. All right.
I think someone was waiting to be the 100th one, and 3 of them. Now it's 103. Woohoo!
Ooh, I'm going to reveal 2 new products coming from Rig Wrap.
I missed that one.
Now we got
Right.
away. What are we giving away?
Are we doing?
Glenn's giving away a pair of Ceramax scissors and a 6-pack of easy sinker slides.
And
All right.
giving away something. Wasn't it?
Hang on a minute. Let me get in here and.
Well, Glenn's giving away something. Was there somebody else giving away something too?
Oh, is that for next week? I thought someone was giving
No,
away.
Petey was going to give
Yeah.
away some weights, so we'll have to have 2 drawings, Doc.
All right.
You want 2 or 3 drawings? Scissors, sinker slides.
I don't know, Glenn. Do you want to do those in 2 separate giveaways, or to give them all to the same person? I got to work on his chair next.
The way you worked on that, I don't think I would.
Hey, can you see this?
Oh.
Since I'm number 1.
Yeah.
All right. What are we doing here? I do have a winner.
Okay. How did Glenn ever say how he wanted to?
Not yet. All right, if he has, I didn't see it. It's just going pretty quick. She's hard on me, James. I think it has to do with being short people syndrome.
Hey, I'll fix your chair for you.
No, you won't. I'll operate on it myself.
Well, we could give away what Petey was giving away.
Yeah, we give away PD sinkers, Doc.
All right. And the winner is Tricia Moller, Moller. Moller or Moller. That's winner number 1.
All right. So, Glenn, if you told us if you wanted to give that stuff away as 1 prize, is that correct, Glenn? The sinker slides and the Ceramax scissors. If you said in chat, I missed it, but
I didn't see anything. It's rolling, so.
yeah, it's rocking right along. Doc, there was something I don't think I told you about. We're going to have something coming on next week's show from Alex Nagy with Twisted Cat Outdoors. I don't know what it is. You got yourself a limp flapper.
That doesn't answer about the price.
That doesn't answer the question. Do you want to get them get given away together? Isn't that correct? All American Catfish. I didn't mention that, did I, Doc?
Nope.
All American Catfish next week on our show is going to give away 1 free entry to one of their tournaments.
Oh, wow.
They're going to give away 2 shirts and 2 of their mugs. Now, that's really, really cool.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
And for anybody else that watching the show now or watches the show later, Cliff Miller, you need to get off that about my limp flapper. You guys have anything that you would like us to give away next week? We would be more than happy to do it. Just contact me later on.
It's time
Tell me
to
what it
spin
is.
The wheel.
And we'll be
With your
glad to
limp
fix you up.
flapper.
Yeah. Whatever. That's cool, isn't it, Jeremy Beecham?
He's still hanging it.
Well, we're going to give them away. We're going to give them away together. From Glenn at Rig Wraps, you will receive one pair of Ceramax scissors, which is undoubtedly the greatest thing for cutting fishing line. I love it for braid and mono both. And a 6-pack of Easy Sinker Slides. What now?
Are we ready to give that away? Or?
Yes, we are.
Yeah. Oh, man. Oh, boy.
I'm on a different screen here, so.
Yeah.
You ready for a winner?
Yeah, we are ready for a winner.
Pond River Boys.
Do what?
That's the name of the Pond River Boys.
Okay.
Now
All
we-
right.
it's time to
Congratulations.
The winner.
Congratulations.
Tell them just contact Glenn.
Contact Glenn at Rig Wrap, and he will hook you up with those because I've only got the pair for next week left here. You just seen it. Yeah, I know. You guys are something else. Pond River. I couldn't understand what you were saying. Yeah, that is you. Woohoo! Congratulations, man. That's awesome. Doc, I want Cindy to spin the Rig Wrap prize wheel again, I think.
Okay.
Give me a number.
Number 1.
Number 1 it is. Josephine Brown.
Don't even make a noise.
It was so good before the show. Tell them, Doc, it really was good.
That thing is flapping in the wind.
Dale's Tackle. Josephine, if you'll contact Dale's Tackle, you can send him a message on Facebook or email him through his website and tell him that you was a prize winner on the Rig Wrap prize wheel. He'll hook you up with something from his great line of products at Dale's Tackle. Thank you, Dale, for becoming a sponsor on our show, and thank you, Josephine, for playing the Rig Wrap prize wheel game. It's been a struggle with our limp flapper, but we're going to continue on anyhow.
Oh, boy.
Oh, dude. Doc, I tried for 2 or 3 years to get Cindy to come out here and do this, and she wouldn't do it. She wouldn't do it. And now she'll get on the camera once in a while, but not very often. But she does come out here and she has a lot of fun, but she did tear up my flapper. So it is what it is. Hey, K&B Anglers, how are you doing tonight? Glad you made it. It's awesome to see you guys watching the show with us. Keith, you're hilarious, man. Oh, dude.
All right. So where were we? We were talking about fishing lakes and stuff like that. Before we got pulled off of it a little bit.
Yeah. Doc, I really like fishing high water on rivers. I like to drift in high water.
Yep.
Pumping is usually good, but normally you have to add a little weight to them to stay on the bottom because the current is so swift a lot of times. And right now, the water I've seen on the Mississippi Missouri River is smoking. I don't know how much it would take to be able to feel the bottom at any distance because it's so hot right now. But
yeah, you'd have to run your big outboard.
Yeah, and
Buttons.
yeah, that 9.9 is a wonderful thing for doing that. You can drift and slow your boat down. Your big socks that you have is another good idea.
Yeah.
You run them in conjunctions with your trolling motor. There's a lot of ways to slow it down, but you do have to slow it down to be successful. It's not that you can't catch fish going faster. but it puts that bait in front of those fish longer periods of time.
Yeah.
And gives them more opportunity to get it. I agree, Petey. I agree.
Wow. Do you drift in the trash line or stay away from it? I try to stay away from it.
I'm on it, buddy. That foam line, not so much the trash line. I will try to anchor to where I can cast and get my baits underneath of it.
Yeah.
Not on top of it. If I'm anchor fishing, a lot of people talk about the foam line, and that's usually where there's a transition under the water of one depth or another, or something there that has changed the course, whether it be a big fallen tree or whatever. And that foam line, it's not like trash. It doesn't collect on your line. And I'll fish right on that a lot of times because there's some reason that foam line is there, whether it be the difference in the bottom, just, height difference, or whether there's something in there. And there'll be 2 or 3 of them sometime in a short period of time. A lot of times they'll find fish right there in between those two. And I'm also, Doc, in river fishing. And right now, you could do the same thing on the lakes with the current that's in the lakes. I'll find me an eddy, especially a big eddy. And those fish a lot of times will be out there finding them something to eat, and they'll get tired from all that swimming in that hot current, and they'll go back up in them eddies. And that's a wonderful place to go in there with some, I don't consider giant piece of bait, but just big chunks, and go in there and cast out there and let them big dogs, especially if there's an opening coming into it, they got to be going in and out of there. I mean, that's how they get out of that fast water to rest.
Yeah.
That's another great place.
Glenn Pond River Boys was the winner. Glenn was asking who won.
Yep, Pond River Boys. You could contact Team Rig Wrap, and he will, give him your address, and he will ship that stuff out to you tomorrow.
Okay, so let's say we're fishing lakes. Doc's going to set up a little graphic here.
Let's do that.
Let's see what happens here. All right, so I'm going to make it so I can see everything. So my clipboard here, this is the water. And here's Doc in his boat. Can you see that? Can you see Doc in his boat right here?
Doc's boat.
Slim and trim Doc, not fat and chubby like he is right now. And so let's add some waves to the boat. And we're sitting here doing this. Okay. And let's add some riprap. So what I've got here are peanuts that are a riprap shoreline. All right.
Cool.
So
I like
what's that?
I like riprap.
Yep. Yeah, me too. Especially when the wind is blowing into that riprap.
That's right.
Now there are issues when the wind is blowing, because I like to drag, and you have issues if you're trying to run parallel along a bank. But there is a way of fixing that. And what you can do is you can get out your handy dandy drift sock. There's my drift sock. And we put it on the windward side of the boat. So as you're moving along, your drift sock's out here away. The drift sock is actually away from the bank. And as you're moving along and dragging your baits, and Doc's the wrong way, so I got to flip myself around here because I'm fishing out the back, not out the front. All right, so as you're moving along and the wind's trying to push you against the bank, the drift sock actually keeps you it keeps the boat off of the bank. And so you can fish parallel to that. If it still wants to continue to move it, the other option you have is to turn the boat so that you're facing directly into the wind, and then parallel, fan cast the whole bank, depending. Now here in Ohio, we can only use 2 rods. So I try to carry as many grandkids on board the boat that I can. That gives me 2 more rods I can throw out,
Right.
and you can, hit that area. Generally right off of the bank, maybe 20 here in Ohio, 20, 25 feet off a bank is the first ledge. So, And when we're talking about ledges, we're saying a change in the depth. It may be a foot. It may be 10 feet. It could be 30. On the river, it can go from 10 to 30 to 40 foot. So that's what we're talking about when we talk about ledges. And fish use ledges like highways. They're like interstates for them. They move along those ledges. Very typical for on the river, very typical on lakes because you have ledges where there's creeks that run in and stuff like that, flats. But at some point, they always come back to those ledges.
That's right. That's 100% correct. And people don't associate what I'm getting ready to say with being a ledge, Doc. But you fished a lot of dams, and I love dam fishing when the water's down. I can't imagine anybody even being reasonably close to a dam on the Mississippi River right now. But I love dam fishing when the water's at normal levels. And in between each lock is a ledge. And they call it different things, but it's a difference in the contour of the bottom. And those fish will go up and down those and go straight to that dam. They'll go across that dam and feed and go back down the next one, or they may just use one or two. They don't use every one of those on a dam. You might only find one or two of those spots across the whole dam on that Mississippi River, but the fish are on. The next time they may not be on those. They may be on a different one. But there'll always be some fish using those as a runway to get up to that dam, because when the gates are shut down and there's only small amounts of water coming through it, there's always bait fish up in there, whether it be little Asian carp or shad or skipjack or whatever it is. And then don't forget they're there year to year. They're going right up there after them when them gates are closed down. And that's how they get there. They don't fight that current if they don't have to. They'll use that highway because it's the simplest path to get where they want to go.
Yeah, and rock piles are a real good thing. The bait it can only swim for so long. And they burn up a lot of energy, so they got to take a rest. And then big fish know that they're going to be sitting behind something. It kind of amazes me a lot of times when I'm fishing for skipjacks. I'll be on the bank fishing for the skipjacks, and you'll see those river shiners, and you see how they work in behind the rocks where they're trying to get in those current breaks. And then here comes the skipjacks, and they start blowing them out of those areas. They know exactly where those guys are going to be going. So, and the same thing happens out on the main part of the river or on the main part of the lake.
That's right. And we all know that flathead fishing flatheads love wood. They love rocks, but they really love wood. They love taking down trees and stuff up in there, but they're not the only ones, Doc. Channel cat loves brush and wood too. And if you're looking for big channel cats, they'll be way back in there.
Fish. I caught a fish.
There you go. Yeah. Everybody loves the visuals.
Oh, man. But, channel cats will get up in smaller trees, and they'll be in the big ones, too, until they get run out or something tries to eat them.
Yeah. And the other thing is open flats are another good spot when the water's high. Sometimes they roll out on those expansion flats, especially. One of the things I learned from Bill Dance, and I thought about it after he told me about it, but one of the things he taught me is I always thought the wind blew the bait towards the bank. Well, yes and no, but what happens is the wind pushes the food, which is zooplankton, which is what shad eat.
That's right.
And then the shad follow that zooplankton, and then the catfish come in behind them and start munching them down.
That's 100% correct.
That's a reason I try, fishing. If the wind is really cranking, I'll flip my 24-foot Sea Arc sideways. I did it a couple of weeks ago with the grandsons, and that gets that gives me that good cut, and I've got the planer boards out the sides and trying to run as many rods right down the center as I can. So,
Well, Doc, a lot of times we talk about bait fish being up in the coves on the lake. And what people have to understand is those shad chase that zooplankton like skipjacks, everything else does. Now, shad is a filter feeder, basically. They eat zooplankton and stuff nearly 100%. If somebody tells you they're up in the back of the coves, there's no sense in you checking a cove where the water is blowing out of that cove, because the zooplankton stuff cannot get up in there. So if they're telling you that the shad are in the back of a cove, you be looking for the one that the wind's blowing up into.
Yeah.
And that plankton will be in the back of that cove, and so will those shad.
Now, Swamp River Outdoors just brought up something good. Flooded willow trees have always been good to me in high water. I do agree with that. I don't know why. I remember my grandfather teaching me that when the water got high, to fish flooded willow trees. I don't know if there's maybe there's caterpillars or something on those willows, and then they end up getting in the water. But I do remember him telling me that.
Absolutely. John Patrick says the river closest to him is maybe 120 to 140 foot wide and 35 foot deep. And I better fish closer to the bank, fish close to the bank or in the middle. It'll depend on where a ledge is at, John. If it was me, if you had somebody that was at a boat where they could go and take you out where you could pinpoint where that ledge was at. If not, cast something out there and drag it back. You'll be able to feel if a weight drops off into a hole or if it comes up a little bit and then goes back down. Anything like that is a change to the bottom of that thing is structure, and fish are structure oriented.
Yeah.
That's my suggestion.
And like on rivers, a lot of times, Cliff Miller, flooded maples with current are really good for channels. Yeah, and they're also good for flatheads and blues.
You ain't a kid.
A tree that has leaves that is down deep into the water, it just makes a natural cut for those fish. And that bait fish will roll right up behind that stuff.
Doc, there's another thing that happens this time of the year. Every year, there's a lot of them on the riverbanks, and people overlook them every year. But when mulberries are falling off of that tree, you can catch fish right underneath of them.
Yep.
And there's a lot of mulberry trees on every water system I was ever around, and they'll fall off in there, and every kind of fish that's around there will go up there and eat them.
Yeah.
They just will.
Another thing that I look for is birds, especially, and as much as I despise them, those cormorants, because they eat all the bait fish.
They
but
do.
If they are roosting in a tree above water, and when they let go, man, it's just like chumming the water. So,
well, that's all it is fish.
Yeah.
It's maybe recycled, but it's still fish.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Hey, Doc, what do you say we spin the rig wrap prize wheel one more?
A little late. I'm surprised everybody didn't let us know about it.
I think they would like your alls.
We've got away from this. Maybe we should do more of this, Doc.
Do.
Yeah, I enjoy doing this. I enjoy the guests, but then it's kind of nice every now and when you and I are the guests.
Yeah, so, that's exactly right. Cindy, you got a number?
3.
1. 2. Yeah, sometimes we get so carried away that we forget where we come from. Jeremy Beecham, you are a winner. I think we need to evaluate that, and because we can go on and on about some of these subjects for long periods of time.
And people may agree or disagree with us, and that's fine. I do different than what you do.
Right.
We both do what works well for us.
That's right. And we fished together and talked about this numerous times.
Oh yeah.
Jeremy Beecham, you have won a prize package from River Rat Reel Repair contact Jared Tempest, and he will hook you up with some real cleanings. You will be extremely happy. If you got more than one, send them down there if you need them taken care of. It doesn't cost that much. It doesn't cost any more to ship more than
he
one.
won in the last 30 days.
You've won in the
Ask
last.
him if that was on the wheel.
Was it on the prize wheel, Jeremy? Gotta love honesty in a man, Doc.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
That is.
I'll see.
How is Doc's office looking? It's wet right now, Dustin. I can't get out on the water.
He did. Last week.
Yeah, he says, need to spend for someone else. I won in the last 30 days.
Well, you know what? The number was 3. I'm going to go 3 again. 1.
And thank you, Jeremy.
Thank you very much. 2, 3. Jordan Tackett, Tackett.
He needs to contact River Rat.
Jordan, if you'll contact Jared Tempest at River Rat Reel Repair, like I say, it doesn't cost any more to send 1 or 2 or 3 reels when you're shipping them down there. It would be very much worth it. Jared has done a lot of work for me. He does excellent work. You'll be very thrilled at what he does for you. Watching Catfish Weekly and playing the Rig Wrap Prize Wheel. And Jarrett, thank you so much for all the help that you donate to us. And you know, you and I've been talking, Jarrett. I got some reels to send to you. I want them super tuned, so we'll be getting that done real soon. But I should have been doing it while this water's been so high.
Luke couldn't wait any longer. He had to go out.
Well, that's all right.
Question for if
Who?
Doc's ever Keith Smart wouldn't know if Doc's fished the.
Do you ever fish the Muskingum River? Yes, I do. Except I like to fish the Ohio better. So,
Thank you, Joe. We appreciate it.
thanks, Joe.
Before we get too carried away, how about a tip of the week?
Oh, okay. Let me let him back in because he's sitting out here barking.
Yeah, he didn't want to be out in that water either, did he?
Nope, he changed his mind. All right. I heard him barking. He must have been barking at something else. All right, tip of the week. Now that we're starting to get into night fishing and it's starting to warm up, batteries. I keep my batteries for my either your whisker stick lights or lightning bugs, those kind, or the rig wrap lights. They fit down inside these little things. So, but this is what I store my batteries in. It's just a pill.
Your light's got it blinded. You can't see what you got.
Oh, hang on. That better? There we go.
Very much so, yeah.
All right. So the batteries fit perfect in one of these little pill containers.
Hey, that's cool.
So I think this was a tip I gave a year or so ago.
Yep.
And then I keep my other lights and all that, and I keep those in these plastic Domino sugar things. It keeps them dry, that kind of stuff. And that's Doc's tip for the week.
I never seen a sugar dispenser like
I
that.
haven't either.
But
Yeah, that's what our sugar comes in here in Ohio. It's in a plastic container, snap. I put weights and everything else in there. Domino.
Okay.
Domino sugar.
We use the coffee ones to keep sinkers and stuff in.
Yeah, but I can never get the smell of the coffee out of it. So, but yeah, that's Doc's tip of the week.
Great. Yeah, the coffee ones, I end up having to drill holes in the bottom of them so it didn't retain water, but you're not worried about retaining water with that one. I'm sure you're keeping other stuff in it.
Yeah. So, and I mean, for those of you that I always have toilet paper on board the boat, a roll of toilet paper fits perfect in one of these, and you keep it dry. Don't have to worry about it.
Another thing with that toilet paper is a Ziploc bag.
Yep.
Works really well and will keep you from having swamp butt.
Nothing wrong with the smell of coffee.
No.
Not
That's
first
a lot of sugar. Yeah, Lynn always made what do you call them? No bakes all the time. So that's what all the sugar was for.
Sweet. I like them too. I love no bake.
John Patrick's looking for recommendations for a good reel. Any suggestions?
Abu Garcia for life.
Yeah. Doc's tip is remedying limp flappers. No, I can't go there. Other than I saw somebody say earlier, tape a blue pill to it.
Yeah, we're not doing that. We'll just make a new one. I'm just gonna have to. She's got to quit working out. She goes and works out 2 or 3 times a week, and she sits in here and does exercises in the house every day. Works really hard at it, stay in shape to reel those fish in. Although fishing's been kind of rough on us this year with all the high water.
Yeah,
but it really does. And maybe she needs to slack off. Maybe she's getting too.
Maybe you need
too
to,
buff.
Maybe you. Need
I didn't
to
break
start
nothing.
using-
I didn't break nothing.
come on, kids.
Yeah. Been a fun show tonight, Doc. I've really enjoyed it. Hey, you guys, we're going to make some posts next week. Please share the post we make so all your friends can see it. We'd like to have as many participants in our 5th year anniversary. We're looking forward to having Paul and Chuck and hopefully Chris on the show with us next week. It'll be a lot of fun to visit with those guys. I know Chuck had a lot of followers. Chris did, and Paul did too. So for you guys that would like to see them guys on there, tell them, hit them up, say, hey, we'd like to see you guys on the show. I think it'd be a lot of fun, and Doc and I will still be here, and Cindy. Yep. We're still going to give away prize wheel products, and we're going to have some chat drawings. So, everything else will be done in chat.
Yeah, everything will be done in chat next week.
Oh, Doc, I would like to mention right quick, Cindy's mom is in the hospital with pneumonia. How old is your mother now?
80.
Ooh.
Yeah. 88, 89?
86.
86. Well, I should have known. I wouldn't know. But she is one of the finest ladies that you ever want to meet in your life. Has done lots of good stuff for me over the years. And she's just a really, really swell lady. And if you don't mind, keep her in your prayers for Cindy. I know Cindy would appreciate it, and so would I. And her mother is, like I say, she's one of the all-time greats. So thanks for that. Thanks, everybody, for watching Catfish Weekly. Thanks for the thumbs up. Please share the video if you liked it. We're going to start doing some more of these, I think, Doc. You're motorboating, man. Great show tonight, buddy. We'll see everybody next Monday night on Catfish Weekly.
Thanks, everybody. Appreciate you. Thanks for the thumbs up. 111.
That's
awesome.